NVIDIA just dropped an open source AI model that matches GPT 4.1 on voice agent benchmarks, and you can fine tune it, host it yourself, and potentially cut your AI voice costs by 80%. I'm Emma's digital avatar. She's too busy building AI voice systems for call centers to sit in front of a camera right now. As a solutions partner to many AI voice companies, Emma and the impeccable team help operations running 40 to 200 agents cut costs and scale with AI voice that actually works in production. Subscribe. The real Emma reads every comment. Now let me break this down for you. So here's what happened. A few days ago, NVIDIA released Nemotron 3 Super. It's a 120 billion parameter open source model, and before you tune out because that sounds technical, here's the simple version. Think of it like this. Right now, if you're running AI voice agents in your call center, you're probably paying OpenAI or Google per API call. Every single conversation, every single minute, you're renting the brain. Nemotron 3 Super is like NVIDIA saying, here, own the brain, fine tune it for your calls, run it on your infrastructure. And oh, by the way, it performs at the same level as GPT 4.1 and the new GPT 5.4 models on voice agent tasks. That's the headline. Now, let me tell you why this actually matters if you're running a 50, 100, or 200 agent call center. Okay, so if you're a VP of Ops, a call center director, or honestly, if you're the CFO looking at that labor line item, here's why you should care about this. Right now, most AI voice agent platforms are using proprietary models. GPT 4.1, Gemini, Claude are great models, but they come with two problems for high volume outbound operations. Problem one, cost per call. When you're making 10,000, 20,000, 40,000 outbound calls a day, those API costs add up fast. We're talking pennies per call that turn into thousands per month. Problem two, and this is the bigger one, you can't really customize those models for your specific scripts, your qualification flows, your compliance requirements. You're using a general purpose brain for a very specific job. It's like hiring a PhD researcher to read a checklist over the phone. Sure, they can do it, but you're overpaying for capability you don't need and underpaying for the specificity you do need. Nemotron 3 Super changes this equation. It's open source, meaning the weights, the training data, the training code, even the inference tooling, it's all open. You can fine-tune this model on your top performers' scripts, your rebuttals, your qualification criteria, and then run it at a fraction of the cost. Now let me show you the numbers, because this is where it gets exciting. The team at Daily, they build real-time voice infrastructure, ran Nemotron 3 Super through their voice agent benchmarks. And here's what they found, 97% overall pass rate on long conversation voice agent tasks. That puts it right alongside GPT 5.4 and ahead of GPT 4.1. Tool use, which is critical for voice agents that need to look up records, verify insurance, check eligibility, 297 out of 300. Instruction following, 291 out of 300. Here's what's crazy. It also scored an 82 on the new Gradient Bang Agentic benchmarks. That's in the top 10 of all models tested, open source or proprietary. Now, important caveat, the latency isn't fully optimized yet. Time to first token is around 687 milliseconds. For a voice agent, you really want that under 500 to feel natural. But here's the thing, this is day 2. The inference optimization hasn't been tuned yet. And because it's open source, the entire community is going to be working on this. Give it a few weeks. Okay, let's talk dollars. Because if you're running a call center, this is what you actually care about, right? Let's say you're doing 15,000 outbound calls a day. Average call duration, let's call it 3 minutes for the AI portion. That's 45,000 minutes of AI voice per day. On a proprietary API, OpenAI, you're paying per token per call. Depending on your provider and volume, you could be looking at 3 cents to 8 cents per minute of AI conversation. That's $1,350 to $3,600 per day, $40,000 to $100,000 plus per month just in AI model costs. Now, self-hosting an open source model like Nemotron 3 Super on NVIDIA hardware, your cost becomes infrastructure, not usage. You're paying for the GPU, not per conversation. At scale, that math flips dramatically in your favor. But here's the real win. It's not just cheaper, it's better for your use case. Because you can fine-tune this model on your actual call recordings, your best agent's qualification flow, your specific compliance language, your rebuttals. You're not using a general purpose model anymore. You're using your model, trained on your data for your calls. That's the difference between a 2.8% transfer rate and a 3.4% transfer rate. And at 15,000 calls a day, that gap is worth a lot of money. Now, here's what makes this even more interesting. Nemotron 3. Super isn't just one model in isolation. NVIDIA has been quietly building an entire open source voice AI stack. You've got Nemotron Speech ASR, that's the speech to text piece released in January. Nemotron 3 Nano, a smaller 30 billion parameter model released in November. And now Nemotron 3 Super, the big brain. Together, this is the first meaningful open source alternative to the proprietary API services that most voice AI developers are using today. Speech to text, language understanding, and the reasoning engine, all open, all fine-tunable, all self-hostable. For call center operators, this means you're no longer locked into one vendor's pricing or one vendor's model limitations. You have options. And in this market, options mean leverage. So, who should actually be paying attention to this? Let me be specific. If you're running 40 or more agents doing outbound calls, healthcare qualification, insurance verification, lead gen, solar appointment setting, and you've either tried AI voice and been disappointed, or you're spending too much on proprietary AI APIs, this is for you. If you're running a 10-person inbound support team doing complex, empathy-driven customer service, probably not the play, not yet. This model shines in structured, scripted, high-volume outbound conversations, the exact type of work that burns through agents and budget in call centers. So here's what I'd actually recommend if you're sitting in that VP of Ops or call center director seat right now. First, don't panic. Don't rush. This model is a few days old. The inference optimization isn't done, but start paying attention. This is the direction the market is moving. Second, if you're already running AI voice agents on proprietary APIs and your monthly costs are climbing, put evaluate open source voice models on your Q2 roadmap. Because within 60 to 90 days, the tooling around Nemotron 3 Super is going to mature fast. Third, if you want help figuring out whether this applies to your specific operation, what the cost savings would actually look like, and how to test it without blowing up your existing workflows, that's literally what we do at Impeccable. We'll look at your operation and tell you straight whether this makes sense or not. The bottom line is this. NVIDIA just gave the voice AI world an open source model that performs at GPT 4.1 levels. That's not hype, that's benchmark data. And for call center operators who are tired of paying premium prices for AI that wasn't built for their specific use case, this is the beginning of a very different cost structure. If this was helpful, subscribe. I'm going to be covering every major AI voice development that matters for call center operations. And if you want to talk about what this means for your operation specifically, the link to book a call with our team is in the description. No pitch, just a conversation about what makes sense. I'm Emma with Impeccable. I'll see you on the next one.